Now, Ashley, workplace violence, does it occur where there are lots of people around or a lot of times in private? So that leads to using video surveillance more and things like that. They're not exactly the camera on you all times, but at places where there could be those opportunities for workplace violence.
Absolutely. That is always good. It wasn't my case, but I was told of a case where a manager was actually just bullying and berating all the employees. And at one point in time, an employee finally, fought back and got violent. And that supervisor who'd been creating this work environment, bad environment, went and reported it. And if those cameras hadn't have been there, they wouldn't have then went back and looked to see that, why the employee acted the way he did based on, what the supervisor was doing. So sort of, the victim then turned into, the perpetrator as well. And so it helps in those instances. And I also think there's certain places you can't put cameras, especially in the government. Government workers are at a high risk for workplace violence. And so you can't have cameras in secure areas or different places. And so I've worked some cases where employers thought these victims, were crazy and what happened couldn't have happened to them because it was so absurd. But through IT related or, cyber logs and different things that they were able to go, they were in pool, they were able to, basically prove that person's point. So video is great, but when you can't have that in there, definitely do all you can to pull, any technologically related logs or video or anything that you have that can also back that up.
I would think it would be a deterrent if people know, hey, there's a camera watching, they're going to be less likely to bully people knowing or to, cause violence, or, if they're thinking about it, they're going to be like, hey, well, there's a camera watching. Maybe I won't do it, And so anything that could be a deterrent, as you said, you can't have cameras everywhere. Good or bad, they do exist in many, many places. Some people may view it as a deterrent. Other people may not care. Unfortunately, we see sometimes the opposite, where it's like, I'm going to do this on camera. I want people to see what I'm doing, in the case of, some of these active shooters, where at the end of it, they know that they're going to take their own lives. And so they want that to be sort of publicized and they want that to be out there. And, now they're saying, hey, and I've been saying this for a while, stop talking about the person that did it, because now the next person is going to be like, ooh, look at, they're saying about this guy and his background, this is what he did, and it's on the news and it's all over the place and it's on every channel, and I want that to be me. No. That when this incident, this latest recent one happened in New Zealand, what did that police officer say? I'm going to say the guy's name once and only once, and I'm never going to repeat it again. His name will never pass my lips. And I think that is absolutely the right approach, because then anybody who's interested in sort of causing some sort of violence, it sort of loses its luster a little bit. It's like, well, they're not going to talk. They're not talking about this guy. Why do I want to do it? Nobody's going to know who I am. Hey, it's one little piece, but at this point, every little piece helps. And if it can deter some of that violence from even starting, I'm all for anything that's going to do that,
Absolutely. And one of the things you'll see with mass shooters or school shooters is they have this affinity for these people who have committed violence. And that's actually one of the warning signs, if they're worshiping these people or, start talking about these people. And there's actually some groups, and I don't know their names, but there's some groups out there lobbying for federal laws to where you wouldn't release the perpetrators' identities to the media.
To the media, right.